Alright guys, with Raw Rosslet here, and this is going to be my WWE Royal Rumble 2016 review, and I am absolutely ill as hell. My head absolutely kills. I got up this morning to watch it at something like 6, getting ready to watch it. I was like, I can't get up. I can't get up to watch it. So I ended up watching it at about 9 o'clock. And I tell you what, it was worth it. It was worth getting up to watch this Rumble because it was a damn fine pay-per-view. And I know what I said in my predictions about if somebody won it I'd be very annoyed, but we will get to that when I talk about the Rumble. So, when talking about the Royal Rumble, we've got to start with the pre-show, obviously. I didn't watch the pre-show because I didn't care. I checked who won to see if my prediction was correct, which it wasn't. Why WWE? Why did the Dudleys lose this match? So, the pre-show match was Jack Swagger and Mark Henry versus the Dudley Boys versus the Ascension versus Darren Young and Damien Sandow. My prediction was the Dudleys. The Dudleys didn't win. Why? This should have been their last Royal Rumble. This should have been their send-off. This should have been their last hurrah, you know? And Mark Henry and Jack Swagger won and went into the Rumble. And when I talk about the Rumble, I am actually going to talk about... I'm going to go through the entrance and give you like a rundown of what happened. Instead of just a basic, this is what happened in the Rumble. I'm going to give you quite a detailed breakdown, sorry. So, yeah, Swagger and Henry advanced to the Rumble. It means my prediction's wrong. I can't rate it because I haven't seen it. From what I've read, it was fine. Nothing too special, but fine. So, good for them. Yay. Moving on, and the Royal Rumble show finally starts with the last man standing match for the IC title. The perfect match to start the show. We knew both of these guys would probably be in the Rumble, so they had to start the show with the last man standing match. They usually start Royal Rumble shows with the last man standing matches if the combatants are going to be in the main event. That's something I've actually seen. Owens and Ambrose, I think, finally had their great match. They finally had that match that we all knew they could have. There was spot after spot of just entertainment. Ambrose hit a dirty deed on Owens on a chair. Owens gave Ambrose a fisherman's neck break, a fisherman's buster, or a fisherman's suplex, spinning fisherman's suplex off the top rope for a table. Great spot, loved it. I thought Ambrose was out there. Ambrose gave Owens an elbow drop off the top rope for a table, awesome. And in the end, a pop-up powerbomb from Owens. Again, Ambrose got up. Owens stacked a bunch of chairs, laid Ambrose on the chairs, goes to the top rope. Ambrose gets up, pushes Owens through 2 stacked tables. Owens can't beat the count of 10. Dean Ambrose retains the Intercontinental title. Great match. Really kicked off the show very, very nicely. An early contender for WWE Match of the Year. I gave it 4.25 stars. Fantastic job, guys. Really, I felt like at that point I was quite worried because Royal Rumble shows over the past few years have been very one match. There's been one match on the show that's been great. And with this match here, I was like, oh, great. We're going to have another one of those. But we didn't. Moving on, we have the WWE Tag Team title match. The New Day versus the Usos. The New Day represented by Kofi and Big E in this match. A good match. It surprised me, to be honest. The Usos kept everybody entertained. They were obviously not the fan favourites, though, with the New Day being the New Day. Of course, they're the fan favourites. Some good back and forth, a few cool spots. Big E hit a splash from one of the Usos. In the end, a quick tag from Big E, a smart tag from Big E. They couldn't hit the Midnight Hour, which they don't seem to be using the Midnight Hour, which is a double team move they do. In the end, Big E tags in Kofi Kingston. One of the Usos gives him Kofi a super kick. Wait, sorry. Big E tags himself in on Kofi. One of the Usos hits Kofi with a super kick, goes to the top rope, goes for the splash. Big E catches him in midair, so impressive. Hits the big ending. 1, 2, 3. The New Day retain the tag titles. Good match. I give it 3 stars. Again, good match. I think I can really put to that. It's nice to see the New Day retain. They needed to. That put my predictions at 2-1. Not a great night for predictions, guys. I know why, to be honest. US title, Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. Do you remember how really depressed I sound in my predictions video? I was, oh, Del Rio's going to win. Well, guess what? Kalisto won! Kalisto won the title back! I don't care if Del Rio's title reign was really, really short. I honestly couldn't give a damn. Kalisto, it finally seems like they might be pushing the kid. Push him! He's really good! Yeah, there were moments in this match where the spots kind of failed. Kalisto actually slipped off Alberto Del Rio's back. I thought that actually looked like it hurt. But Kalisto won. I was really, really happy about it. And this match was very entertaining. Alberto Del Rio got to kick out of a Salida del Sol. Well, actually, he put his hand on the ropes. Kalisto got to kick out of the super kick. The same super kick that beat John Cena. Nobody brought that up. I wonder why. Kalisto dodged a double foot stomp off the top rope, which he then hit the Salida del Sol. But in the end, Del Rio unbuckles one of the top turnbuckles. Kalisto counters a something into him. Counters it, Hurricane Rana into the turnbuckle. Del Rio kind of took it really badly though. It was just ugh. And then it hits a second Salida del Sol. 1, 2, 3. Kalisto's the new United States champion. I gave the match 3.5 stars. Very good. Very entertaining. Good, fast-paced. A few more minutes would have been nice. But great match. I think Kalisto and Del Rio did a really, really good job there. Next we have the Divas match. And it's the best Divas match we've seen in WWE for quite some time. Well, best main roster Divas match we've seen for quite some time. I'm not an idiot. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. This told a very poignant story. It told the story that it needed to. Ric Flair at ringside got involved a few times. He actually kissed Becky Lynch at one point. Not fair. But in the end, Charlotte hit a spear on Becky Lynch. She kicked out. And then Becky Lynch got in a bunch of really, really good offense. Locked Charlotte into the disarmer. Ric Flair put his jacket on Becky Lynch. She took it off, went towards Ric Flair, was shouting at him. Charlotte hits a second spear. That one looked sick. Becky Lynch sold it quite well. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte retains the Divas Championship. I gave the match 3.25 stars. I think it was very good. Congratulations, those Divas really did. They sold me. They had a good story in that match. But the main talking point I am going to take out of it, and one of the reasons that I am happy and sad at the same time. So, the main talking point coming out of that was that Sasha Banks returned. She returned from her injury, came out, shook the hand of Charlotte, attacked Becky Lynch, and then as Charlotte was getting out the ring, put Charlotte in the Banks statement. Sasha Banks is obviously going to be the next contender for the Divas title. Thank God. We're not going to have an Alicia Fox going for the title or something stupid. But the thing about it that annoyed me was the fact that she just kicked Becky Lynch out of the ring. I think it's a big disrespect to just have the previous opponent just be thrown out of the ring like that. I think that they could do a triple threat, but it seems like they're going to focus on Charlotte and Sasha Banks. When I look at the three as divas, not as female wrestlers, when I look at them as divas like WWE wants me to look at them, Sasha Banks is the most marketable. She is the most, I would say she's the most appealing to a male. I would say she's the most attractive. So I think that that's the one they're going to go for, and I would say that at Fastlane we will probably have Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the Divas title, and Sasha Banks will probably win. Or Charlotte will retain and Sasha Banks will win at WrestleMania. That's just my opinion. So that was another prediction I got wrong, so that put me at 2 and 3 in predictions. Bloody awful, right? So moving on to the Royal Rumble, and we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to be smiling in about 5 minutes, quite a bit. So, okay, so first one out is, of course, Roman Reigns. By the way, keep in mind, my prediction was Bray Wyatt. And please don't get this wrong. The winner of the Rumble, I kind of knew was going to win it, but as I said in my predictions, I wasn't going to predict because it seemed too easy. And it seemed like something that would bore me, and that's why I picked Bray Wyatt, because I thought, you know what, I want to go for something different. And that's not me lying, that's me being 100% true. Watch my predictions and check it out. But of course, Roman Reigns came out as number 1. Who would number 2 be? We needed it to be someone good. It was Rusev. I thought Rusev would actually last in this Rumble. I was wrong. Rusev was taken out after 1 minute and 30 seconds by Roman Reigns. Speared, thrown over the ropes. So now my thought was, okay, if we're going to have that for every single elimination, number 3 needs to be someone big. It needs to be someone important that's going to last with Roman Reigns. So I was like, well, have it be a Brock Lesnar, or a Daniel Bryan if he's returning, or an AJ Styles if he's debuting. And when number 3's music hit, and nobody could work out who it was, because his music was different, and we felt, who the hell is that? Then the crowd cheered, and I went, that's AJ Styles. And it hadn't even shown the ramp yet. And when it turned to the ramp, AJ Styles walked down to the ring. AJ Styles debuts in the WWE finally. Mr. TNA looked horns with the future Mr. WWE. And I tell you what, I don't care if you don't like Roman Reigns, if you don't like AJ Styles, that's a big moment. AJ Styles' debut in WWE is colossal. I got goosebumps because of how big of a moment that was. That's my moment to me. AJ Styles is one of my favourite wrestlers, top 5 easily. And for him to finally be in WWE where I wanted to see him for so long, I wasn't quite emotional because I was watching it with my parents and I didn't really want to get emotional. But there was that part of me which was like, oh my god, it's AJ Styles. And I kept repeating, oh my god, it's AJ Styles. Now, I did think he was going to be in the Rumble, again. I thought he was going to be it, but I thought he was going to be in it quite late. So with him being number 3, it was like really shocking and it just came at you like that. So, kudos for WWE, they did his debut perfectly. So at that point, AJ Styles and Roman Reigns lock horns for a bit. And number 4 comes out. Tyler Breeze. Oh no, Tyler Breeze is going to be eliminated. And he's eliminated. AJ Styles gets an elimination. Will AJ Styles and Roman Reigns kind of eliminate Tyler Breeze together? And that makes me very, very sad. Tyler Breeze eliminated. So they then fight for a little bit more. Number 5 is one of the social outcasts. We didn't know which one it was, but it turned out to be Curtis Axel, who, after a brief time, is eliminated by AJ Styles. AJ Styles gets his first elimination in the Rumble. Then Chris Jericho comes out, number 6. Chris Jericho had a great Royal Rumble this year. Really did. Only got one elimination now. Seeing in the ring, seeing Roman Reigns, AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. You may not think that's important, but you have a guy from the Attitude Era. You have a guy from the future. And you have a guy from TNA. That is so weird. And I looked at that like, what is that? Oh, it's so weird. So Jericho comes out, and at this moment you've got 3 of the big guns really in the top 10, and then number 7 comes out, and it was Kane, so you had another big gun out there. So those 4 guys battling it out. Goldust comes out, so you get another jobber out there. Weirdly, Goldust wasn't eliminated for like 5 minutes, which kind of shocked me. Number 9, Ryback comes out, so you've got a bunch of guys at this point now. Still nobody's been eliminated. There hasn't been an elimination for a while. Kofi Kingston of the New Day then comes out. He does quite a cool spot where he is eliminated, well, sort of eliminated. Kane pushes him over the ropes, but Big E catches him on his shoulders. Not the greatest spot they've ever done at the Royal Rumble. In fact, it's probably the weakest, but it's a spot regardless, and we knew Kofi was going to do it anyway. So that was cool. And after Kofi Kingston, Titus O'Neil came out. Titus O'Neil weirdly got an elimination, which really, really, really shocked me. Titus O'Neil got an elimination. He knocked Goldust onto the apron and then clobbered him off it, so an elimination finally. It took a while for an elimination. Next then, R-Truth. R-Truth comes in, does his stupid, I don't know what match this is, I don't know what I'm doing gimmick. He pulls out a ladder, puts it in the ring, climbs it, pretends there's a title up there, realises there isn't. Kane pulls him down, throws him over the ropes. What's the point? I get the comedic value there. The good thing about this Rumble was there's so much ebb and flow. When someone was eliminated or something happened that the crowd didn't like, say if Reigns did too much, then a fan favourite like Bray Wyatt or Dolph Ziggler or AJ Styles would do something the crowd liked. So there was a good ebb and flow. There wasn't too much Roman's dominating. And the crowd were against Roman, and I'm going to be honest, of course they were. Roman was first in with AJ Styles. Of course they were going to be against Roman. AJ Styles! When AJ Styles came out, I literally said nobody else should win this Rumble but Styles, because AJ Styles. I didn't even care if it was logical. Sorry, I'm just checking the time. I had to check. Okay, so number 13, the first member of the Wyatt family, Luke Harper, comes out. The Wyatt family had an amazing Rumble, by the way. A Rumble, sorry. I need that to stay awake. I'm ill. So Harper comes out. By this point, by the Harper point, I mean, after Harper comes in the ring, the League of Nations, Rusev, Del Rio, and Sheamus pull Roman Reigns out of the ring and give him all the finishers and then put him through the announce table with a splash from Rusev. Okay, that's one of my issues. I don't know if he needed protecting that much. I know that Vince McMahon likes wrapping his stars in paper bags. Well, in tinfoil, actually. And Roman Reigns gets sent to the back to be looked after, obviously, until he comes back in halfway through. We all know he was going to come back. There was no, like, he's not going to come back. There was no thought he's actually not going to come back. If he was strapped onto the stretcher, it would have made a lot more, like, I don't know, maybe he isn't going to come back. Because at a point, maybe I did have that thought of Roman Reigns isn't going to come back, so these are the guys that are going to win it. But we knew he was going to come back. So, Harp comes out, destroys a lot of people. You've still got AJ Styles in there. Who gets eliminated next? Oh, by the way, Kofi Kingston is eliminated next with a dropkick from Jericho. I don't know why. Oh well. The camera wasn't even on it at the time, which kind of annoyed me. Number 15 is the Big Show. Big Show comes out and very quickly eliminates Titus O'Neil. Big Show was one of those who I knew when seeing the Rumble, I didn't want to win, obviously, because it's just like, no, for the love of God, no. 16, then comes Neville. Neville comes out, does a few cool things. Battle with HHH Styles. That was cool. 17, and this is where the Rumble starts to change towards the Wyatt family. Braun Strowman enters the ring and freaking dominates. Braun Strowman comes out and wrecks. He throws Kane over the ropes. He throws Big Show over the ropes. He destroys everyone. I believe in the end he had like 5 eliminations he had in the end. So, I mean, I can think about 3 people who he eliminated, which I'll get to in a minute. Number 18, Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens really sold the Last Man Standing match earlier, which I very much liked. So, you know, he's limping to the ring, you know, trying to get there. And he gets in the ring, and the first person who walks towards him, AJ Styles. Kevin Steen and AJ Styles in the WWE. So they're fighting. AJ Styles thrown over the ropes by Neville. AJ Styles does a sunset flip, goes for a Styles Clash. I wish he'd hit the Styles Clash at least once. Kevin Owens, super kick to AJ Styles, picks him up, welcome to the WWE, and throws him out. Okay, the crowd started to boo, and I was kind of annoyed. But when looking at it, AJ Styles got about 28 minutes in the Royal Rumble this year. That's great for a debut. I believe got about 28 minutes in the Rumble. So that's really, really good, to be honest. 28 minutes is fine for a Royal Rumble. And I think that one of the best things about this Rumble was it set up so much. So Styles could go into a rivalry with Kevin Owens, maybe. Or, you know, something like that. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That'd be so cool. So that's what I took from that little bit there. 19 is Dean Ambrose. Weirdly, the 2 guys in the opening match come out straight after each other. Ambrose comes out, locks horns straight with Kevin Owens. They have a little battle. Everyone basically gets knocked down. Number 20, and it's the second surprise. Sami Zayn comes out to the ring, gets his Royal Rumble moment, eliminates Kevin Owens. Again, I think Kevin Owens might have been eliminated a little bit quickly. He had like 4 minutes. But the injury in the Last Man Standing match, probably, it makes sense. Sami Zayn, unfortunately, then sort of became cannon fodder. Sadly, became cannon fodder. Who else is being eliminated at this point? Oh, now I remember. So out comes Eric Rowan next, and the Wyatt family trio dominate. They dominate everybody. They knock out Neville with a clothesline. They knock out Stardust with a big boot. They knock out, I believe everybody else is... Oh, Ryback's out at this point, obviously. Obviously, out at this point. Ryback got knocked out by Big Show. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So, number 22, and it's one of the winners from the pre-show match, Mark Henry, who walks into the ring and gets eliminated. What was the point of that pre-show match? Can you tell me the point of that pre-show match? Because I can't quite work it out. Mark Henry is eliminated after probably in a minute. He has a little bit of a fight with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman did something. Oh, he slammed him, and then the 3 Wyatts throw him out. I like the fact that the Wyatts were booked so strong because they eliminated Neville. They eliminated Stardust. They eliminated Big Show, Kane, Mark Henry. And the other big elimination I'll talk about in a minute. So, with the Wyatts being so dominant, we needed someone big out there to try and defeat them. Nobody bigger than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out at number 23 and wrecks everyone. Gets in there, suplex for Eric Rowan. belly-to-belly suplex for Luke Harper. He takes down Braun Strowman with a clubbing blow. Absolutely dominant. And then, number 24 comes out. The other winner of the pre-show match, Jack Swagger, runs in the ring, gets F5, gets thrown out. So, the Dudleys lost, and these two guys, Jack Swagger and Mark Henry, got put in the match, and lasted a combined total of probably... Oh my god, they lasted a combined total of less than a minute. They lasted 45 seconds. That's ridiculous. So, with Jack Swagger out, Lesnar's pretty much got control of the ring. You've got, obviously in the ring now, you've got Strowman, Harper, Rowan, Lesnar, Ambrose, Chris Jericho, and Sami Zayn in the ring at this current stage, I believe. No, sorry. Braun Strowman eliminates Sami Zayn before this. That was the one elimination that I'm going to say peed me off. It just sort of happened. Which kind of made me sad. I love Sami Zayn, so I'm going to be annoyed. Number 25 came out, and it was The Miz, kind of the last jobber of the Rumble. And he basically went up to commentary, was actually quite entertaining. He talked about strategy. Why would he get in the ring with Lesnar and the Wyatts there at the same time? Makes total sense. Anyway, makes total sense. It was really, really smart. So he waits on the outside for a bit. Again, you've just got Lesnar dominating everybody pretty much in the ring. Alberto Del Rio. So Alberto Del Rio comes out. He does his little bit. That was kind of cool. His little bit. Hashtag little bit. His little bit. In this time, Brock Lesnar has eliminated Eric Rowan. He's then eliminated Luke Harper. And finally, he eliminates Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar dominates the Wyatt family. Number 27 comes out, and it's Bray Wyatt. And what the Wyatt family do is they surround the ring and attack specifically Brock Lesnar. That was genius. They took out Brock Lesnar and, in the end, eliminate Brock Lesnar. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Brock Lesnar was not in the last 2. He wasn't in the last 3, 4, 5, 6. He wasn't in the last 7. Brock Lesnar gets eliminated from the Royal Rumble by the Wyatts. And that's brilliant. That's brilliant storytelling. That sets up so much. They could do Wyatt versus Lesnar at Fastlane, or they could do it at WrestleMania. They could even do Strowman at Fastlane, or they could do the whole Wyatt family against Lesnar. I don't know, something like that. I don't want to see Strowman against Lesnar, but they can do it. So that was an absolute shock. The second biggest shock, apart from Styles' debut. Really, I mean, if you don't like Brock Lesnar, you have to appreciate the fact that eliminating him is a big deal. So the Wyatts doing that, regardless of the fact it was 4 of them that did it. So at this point, the Wyatts leave, and Bray Wyatt is left, of course, with Jericho, Ambrose, Del Rio. I think that's kind of it. Yeah, those guys. Number 28 comes out, Dolph Ziggler, and there's that thought of Dolph Ziggler, 28. It's not a bad number. Could he win the Rumble? Of course he can. It's Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler comes out and does a little bit. Miz eventually comes back in and says, it's my time. And runs in, skull-crushing finale to Ziggler, goes to eliminate him, Ziggler stays in, and then number 29 comes out, it's Sheamus. Out of nowhere, Roman Reigns, Superman punch to Sheamus, gets in the ring, eliminates the Miz. We all knew Roman Reigns was going to do it. Roman Reigns is being booed at this point, but what they did is they nuzzled it. So when Roman Reigns started getting booed, number 30 came out. Number 30 was Triple H, and we all knew, okay, I said in my predictions I really didn't want Triple H to win because I knew how obvious it was. That's the only reason I didn't predict Triple H. If I was going to be, Ross and not be boring, I would have predicted Triple H. I'm sorry. Triple H comes out, and they stare down with Brock Lesnar. Triple H pedigrees Dolph Ziggler, but doesn't eliminate him. Roman Reigns spears Bray Wyatt, but doesn't eliminate him. So here you have Reigns and Lesnar, Reigns and Triple H. And what annoyed me is they didn't build this up. Triple H has come back from injury. He's literally bypassed everybody to get in the Rumble. And it's just sort of... There's so much injustice there that they didn't talk about. It was just, Triple H! Yeah, Triple H! He's a heel! You're supposed to promote as a heel! Sorry, emotions running wild. So, yeah, Triple H. Who else is left in this Rumble? Sorry. I'm trying to think who gets eliminated next. So, with the ones left... Roman Reigns eliminates Del Rio with a clothesline, and then I believe Dean Ambrose eliminates... Dean Ambrose does eliminate Chris Jericho, throwing him over the ropes, setting up, I hope, an eventual Jericho versus Ambrose feud for the Jericho looking for his 10th IC title at WrestleMania. That could be a great match. Moving into the final 5, you have Triple H, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, and Sheamus. Oh, and wait. Roman Reigns, Triple H, Dean Ambrose, Sheamus, and Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt. So then you had Dolph Ziggler be eliminated by something. I don't remember how he was eliminated, sorry. Probably a bro kick or something along those lines. But yeah, oh no, Triple H threw him out. I forgot, he reversed something and threw Dolph Ziggler out. That made me sad, so he moved down to, I want Bray Wyatt to win, obviously. Bray Wyatt and Triple H had a cool standoff where Triple H actually backed down and Bray Wyatt was like, Triple H was like, we'll get Roman and then we'll help each other. And then Bray Wyatt was like, no, we're not going to do that. And Bray Wyatt starts fighting Triple H. Bray Wyatt goes for Sister Abigail, gets bro kicked by Sheamus. And Sheamus and Triple H eliminate Bray Wyatt. We move into the final 4. Now, this is the point where I think the crowd knew it was going to be Roman Reigns or Triple H. And I think they still did very, very well to keep that ebb and flow there. They did very, very well to keep the fans entertained and not booing. So what happened then? It was a good little slugfest. Ambrose gets Sheamus onto the apron. Roman Reigns Superman punches him. Sheamus is eliminated. Then out of nowhere, Triple H eliminates Roman Reigns. That was really, really shocking as well. I think everybody assumed Roman Reigns would be one of the last 2 men. Him being eliminated and actually watching the final 2 must have been so, like, that's a good storyline, I think. I think him actually watching what happens instead of having it happen to him, that's probably even worse. So the final 2 in the Royal Rumble, shockingly, well, one of them, Triple H, wasn't shocking, but the other one, Dean Ambrose, you know, the man who retained his IC title earlier in the night, there was that glimmer of hope that Ambrose, I'm checking the time, there was that glimmer of hope that Dean Ambrose might actually win. The glimmer of hope faded when Triple H threw him over the top rope and won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So overall, a great Royal Rumble. I think, okay, as much as I don't like the winner, and I think that he doesn't need a 14th world title, there's so much they can go with here. They can do Lesnar and Wyatt, they can do AJ and Owens, they can do Owens and Ambrose again, they can do AJ versus Reigns at some point, they can do Jericho and Ambrose, they can do, obviously, Reigns versus Triple H, they can do Ambrose versus Triple H, they can do just so much with what they did in this Rumble. I think as a storyline Rumble, as a feud Rumble, as a setup Rumble, it was perfect. I think the action was good. I think everybody who needed time, AJ Styles, he got his moments. He had 28 minutes before obviously being eliminated, but he got his own eliminations. Kevin Owens got his elimination, obviously, of AJ Styles, which is a big deal. They needed someone like Owens to eliminate Styles to get Owens' actual heat. That was good. Roman Reigns, as much as I'm annoyed that he wasn't in the match for half of it, he did his stuff. He got some good eliminations. Everybody who needed time, Ambrose, Jericho, who I think lasted over 50 minutes. When I look at how long, let me just check how long Reigns lasted, because I think he lasted pretty much, he lasted the whole thing, basically. 59 minutes Roman Reigns lasted, even though I thought the Rumble was like an hour and 1 minute, but okay. So everything that needed to be there was there. So my overall grade is going to be the highest Royal Rumble grade I've given in probably 10 years. 3 3/4 stars. It was a great Royal Rumble. And looking at it now, we've got so much we can do leading into Fastlane and WrestleMania. So, thanks for watching, guys. I know this has been quite a long video. I know I sound ill as hell. It's because I am ill as hell. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Revolver Ocelot. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.